Yeah, well, basketball has always been just the leading factor in my life with everything. One of the more concrete things, I've been able to travel the world because of it.
It's definitely taught me that there's a lot more to it than what you think when you first come in high school.
I think it's taught me how to be a really good leader, and it's taught me how to be a good friend and teammate.
Character, I mean, there's so much stuff I had to learn, especially coming from Southern California, and people are a little bit more cocky.
Coming into this program, it was just a snapshot picture of what you want a team to be.
I was put in a position last year where I had to step up and be a leader. I learned from the best, from Courtney, watching her play and become a leader.
These are girls that started out the same as me, and they just, throughout the program, they just blossom into these amazing leaders, and they're people that you just want to be around. I think what I struggled with in the beginning was just overcomplicating everything, and just like, I think what I've learned is just to play your best is to just simplify everything.
Basketball is definitely a game of up and down, so having teammates and coaching staff and friends and just this community that I knew always believed in me even when I had some tough times, and that's helped me a lot with my confidence and my faith.
Probably my best experience was freshman year going to the Elite Eight with my team. That was amazing. That was the first time our team ever has been to the Elite Eight. And I can't really explain it because there's no words to put how excited and the feeling I had inside when we went to the Elite Eight.
One of the things I loved about Gonzaga is they really talk about like going out into the community and serving, and I've always felt like I wanted to do that, but I haven't always had the means or like even know where to start kind of, but just they have so many different programs, and just with our team we kind of go out and do outreach kind of things, and academically I think it's great. I love that it's a smaller school. I mean, I'll come into a class and the professors are telling me about my game and how good I did, and just being able to just talk to them after class or have like groups to study with and that kind of stuff. It's a really close community, even outside of basketball, just with my friends who aren't athletes and that kind of thing. And I was fortunate enough to graduate and start my master's this year, and just the few classes I've taken in communication and leadership, it's like blowing my mind almost. I mean, now it's something that I'm really interested in, so obviously I'm more motivated to do it, but I feel very fortunate to have the education that I was able to get.
I think I can definitely say that about Gonzaga as a whole, from our administrators to our coaches to all of the student athletes. It's just one huge support system, and you can definitely see it when you go to a volleyball game, when you come to one of our games, when you go to all these different competitions. It's just like people support each other, and being a Zag is truly a special thing, I think. It
becomes more like a job. I mean, it's definitely a ton of fun, and most of the time you love your job, you love what you're doing, but just in practical terms, you have like a strict schedule, you have film or practice or meetings or just even on your own kind of. So I think that's one of the things, is thinking about on a more personal level. It's technically you're kind of free to do what you want other than official practice and stuff, but kind of balancing, you still have to do your homework, you still have to go in and get extra shots up if you want to be a great player, watch what you eat and all that kind of stuff, and mostly you just think about like practice and games coming into it, and in school too, but just an overall thing, it's really is like a career almost once you get to the college level. I mean, you're getting paid technically, and you want to be there for your teammates, and you want to be a good player, so you have to do all of those other things that kind of put yourself in a good position.
I think that when times get hard, you can't go downwards, you got to go upwards, and I think the only way to do that is to remember that you love this sport and you play it because it's fun for you.
What I loved about the campus is, I mean, there's a lake and a river and there's all these trees. There's so many places you can just kind of go out and get away from school or basketball or whatever.
I started out as an incoming freshman, and I had almost all my classes in here, and it's crazy because I still have classes in here.
This is where the Bulldog is, and the Bulldog leads us to the gym. These doors lead all our fans into our games and stuff, and it's so significant because this is where I played basketball for the last 3 years.
Those people that you started with incoming freshman year, I still have classes with them, and it's just crazy to talk about all the stories and how we've just matured, I think.
You just walk like 2 minutes and I'm out here and it doesn't even look like I'm at school anymore. So I really love that about here.
I've learned that through this sport and through my time here that there's a lot of leadership qualities that I didn't know I had.
The biggest thing is I just felt so blessed to have an opportunity like this. So I always want to put myself in the best position possible.
Going to the stores, fans will come up to me and introduce themselves to me, and it's just a great feeling that people recognize who you are, not just because you play basketball, but as a person.
I think that through this experience, it's created a lot of opportunity for me as well, through just athletics and all the connections that I've made, and I'm very, very thankful for that.
This is where I played basketball for the last 3 years, and I've had an amazing time in there.